I'm glad you guys are here. My name is Chase Ross, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to nose blunt. Now, what is a nose blunt, you might ask? It is your nose, and you're going to be wedging that coping right there. So that's going to be the nose blunt. It takes a little bit of precision, which is what makes it challenging. So you might not see a lot of people actually do nose blunts. For me personally, I don't have a lot of room back here. I ride my forks backwards, which means I don't have much more than an inch to play with. So you gotta be that much more precise. It is a little bit easier if you ride your forks forward for this trick. You're gonna have a little bit more room to lock into that coping. I will talk more about room in just a little bit, but let's jump into step number one. You first wanna make sure that you're comfortable with actually getting your nose up on the coping and dropping in. If you're not comfortable with just doing this first step and dropping in from this stance right here, get comfortable with that. Once you're comfortable doing that a bunch of times, it's a little bit easier now to work your way up to the nose of your deck. So I would recommend first off by practicing disasters. If you guys don't know what a disaster is, it's basically when you get half your scooter deck just like this, and then you drop in. So work on doing disasters first. I'm gonna show you guys one right now. A disaster is pretty much just when you case. It's kind of like you're letting your back wheel hit above the coping just like that. Pretty straightforward as far as that goes. But for the nose blunt, you gotta be a little more precise. You gotta be able to lock that front wheel and that nose plate right there in between the coping. So you got about a couple inches to play with. Now jumping back to what I said earlier about nose blunt space, if you ride your forks forward, just like this, you're gonna have a lot more room right here. So when it comes to locking in, it's a little bit easier to lock in. So another way you can try to get more space is you can turn your bars. Look at that playroom now. I got like a whole coping and a half to fit in there. So now that you're comfortable with getting that position right there and you're locking in, now we want to talk about actually dropping in. I always like to talk about dropping in first before actually getting into the trick, because first you gotta know how to get out of the trick. So once we're in the trick and we're like comfortable sitting right here, turning your bars, you're now gonna have to be comfortable with dropping in. So just like dropping in from a disaster, you're gonna be right here. You're just gonna lean forward. As soon as you get to that tipping point, you're gonna straighten your bars real quick, and you're gonna just drop in just like normal. So you're gonna have to make a little bit clearance room for that back wheel so you don't case. But I'll show you guys right now. All right, now you've practiced dropping in from an actual nose blunt. You got that down. You now got to work on getting into the nose blunt. What you're gonna do when you're first approaching the ramp, you're going straight up. So instantly, you're gonna have to already know how to 180. So just like with the disaster, you're 180ing. Look down the whole entire time, spot it, lock it in, and then once you're in the nose blunt, you're just gonna drop right in. Let me show you guys one. Much like with other grind tricks, you're gonna have to learn how to keep your body weight inside the quarter pipe. That way you're able to get back in. But when I'm coming out of the ramp right here and I lock into the nose blunt, I have all my body weight and momentum still inside. And I kind of let my feet drift off to the side a little bit. You might have been able to see that in the clip where my deck kind of starts to turn a little bit. That's actually a great thing to do. So when you lock in, come up, pivot with it a little bit, and then when you get to that last point, then you're gonna hop back in. Same thing if you're doing it backside and front side. It's really a perfect scenario is when you kind of pivot with it. It lets that flow of the nose blunt actually get you back into the quarter pipe. I also want to note, you guys want to shift your feet forward. Get it up to the nose as much as you can. That's going to make this trick a little bit easier. The closer you are to the head tube, the easier this trick is going to be to lock in. If your feet are all the way back here, all the pressure is going to be back here. You're not going to be able to do it as easy. So move it forward, keep both feet comfortable, and then just drop in. Another quick thing I want to add while you guys are doing nose blunts, feel free to use your heels. I recommend using your heels a lot when you're doing this trick. You can always then back your heels off and do it cleanly without your heels. But a way you can use your heels is you can use that as a stopping point. So if you're coming up like a normal nose blunt, you're turning, you can use your heels to lock it and stop it, and then you can drop back in. Same thing if you're going to do it front side. You're coming up, you're turning, locking it in. Now right here, your heels are going to stop you. You can use that as like a pivot point right there, and you can drop in. Now that we've talked about nose blunts and you guys have the full wraparound of how the trick actually works, I'm going to show you guys a couple right here as well. I'm going to show you a couple front side and back side so you guys can get it down and get an idea of what they're going to do. I'm going to slow it down and break it down for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy this. And that right there is nose blunts. So it's a super cool trick right there that you guys could definitely learn how to do. Super simple, and it's a great trick to learn. I definitely recommend it. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Make sure to Follow me on Instagram right here. As well, you guys can make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel right here, and you guys can stay tuned for more T-Rex tutorials. Make sure to comment some video ideas below that you guys want to learn how to do. But until the next video, I'll see you guys later.